Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing amazing today. If you're new, just stopping by, welcome. Perfect message to stop in on. Hopefully you're able to take something from this reading. And if you're returning sub or a member, welcome back. Thank you so much for all the support, and hopefully you're also able to grab a message. So this is a very important reading. If you've been tuned in, or if you resonate with a person of yours being in separation, your divine masculine, this person is about to make their return, and they're about to shock you in like a huge way with how they're doing it. So before we hop into the reading, I did place a beautiful small piece of rose quartz there to charge up with the truest intentions set for you and your person to come back together. And I send this light and blessing out to each of you that are hoping for this return with your divine masculine. Sending that light out to you, and yeah, we're gonna hop right into it. The way that they're gonna do this is gonna be a lot different than you would expect. They're gonna set the bar really high for themselves in a way you could have never imagined. You're not alone. Wow. So even though you feel disconnected from your DM, they want you to know that even though the two of you are in isolation, this separation, the two of you have never been disconnected. You've always been in each other's hearts and in each other's minds throughout this entire separation. And your person's about to come in and let you know just exactly how much they love you, they care about you, and how much they need you in their life. So like I said, DM's got a surprise for you, and it's going to be something of a shock, something you're not going to expect. We'll find out a bit more details as we hop into this reading. So welcome everyone just joining in. Go ahead and like the video if it resonates, and thank you for watching. Okay, so we had like a few flip over here. Let's hop right into it. And I forgot to leave this, so there we go. Okay, perfect. All right, so as we hop into it, trust the timing is the first one. Look at that. Absolutely trust that everything is being worked out the way that it should. Trust the wave you came in on, and time isn't running out. Time is of the essence, but it's not when it comes to this connection, because now your person knows. It's you. It's all or nothing. So they're about to really put themselves in front of you and make you some sort of gift or surprise, something you will not be able to turn away from them, even if it's just an offer of their love. Star Brothers, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. So your person really needs you to have the trust in them right now, where you're going and where they're going with you, because they want to take this relationship to the next level. Throughout this separation that the two of you had, if there's one main common theme that was learned, it was the fact that the two of you are twin flames. It was the fact that the two of you have this unconditional love that no matter how many other people come in between the relationship, it can't just be replaced by another person. So let's keep going. Surrender to the sweetness. This is for you. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. Okay, so first of all, this is definitely what your DM's going to want to come in and do. Super passionate, sweep you off your feet, especially if you two haven't had a physical connection in a long time. This is it. So this is the reason for the separation. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Now, everything happened for a reason. Your spirit team separated you because either your DM wasn't ready for this long-term commitment, this very much so loyal and dedicated to each other, this intense love. Either you or your person both were not ready, and now a lot has changed. Transmission, activation. So look at that. I feel like this surprise is honestly going to happen over the weekend. So this is the reason why I am doing the reading tonight. Mark my words. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you are going to hear from your DM, and you're going to get a shock from them in some type of way. Now, of course, this won't resonate for all of you, but for quite a few of the collective, it's going to. This person has been planning this for a long time coming. We're going to see what they're planning. Let's see. And of course, I'll let you know some signs as well. But I feel like for some of you, engagement ring. For others of you, a really special way to let you know how much they love you. Say your person is someone who is creative or someone who thinks outside the box. They're going to really try and do something original to make you realize how much you've always been valued. And here's you, Divine Feminine. Been waiting so long on this masculine's return, you don't even think, for some of you, that they're ever coming back. This is the surprise. This is the shock. For some of you, this is what they wanted you to think. They wanted you to be so thrown off guard so that when they do come back, it's going to be like such a beautiful surprise. That's all I'm hearing from Spirit. So let's go and see. Surrender to the sweetness. That's why I put this one on the left here. If there's one message that this reader will convey to you all, is literally surrender to this sweet love that's coming your way. This unconditional love, this passion. For some of you, it's like a Romeo and Juliet situation. Your families disagreed with the connection. You were parted because of family or friends, or just life, differences in life, not being on the same page. But ultimately, in the back of your minds, you both knew that you're always supposed to make this return to each other. And now look at, here it's coming. The passion was disconnected in the past between the two of you with this Three of Wands in reverse. Could have been a third party that was in between the two of you as well. That won't resonate for everyone. But if it doesn't resonate like that, there was some reason for a block in the passion, in the connection. There was a reason that you weren't able to continue moving forward. And now things are changing big time. Look at that. So we got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This represents past energy with the Ace of Swords being stuck in your head, not knowing if your person truly even wanted the connection, all said and done. Divine Feminines, you have done the work. You have changed your lives through this separation. You have learned what you want from a connection and what you don't want. For many of your masculines, this is exactly why the separation needed to occur, so that they could catch up to you. Either you two were on separate pages or just totally different frequencies. And although no one will ever be on the exact same frequency at once, you can vibe on similar frequencies. And when you and your DM first met, absolutely the two of you were. That's what brought you together. But somehow along the way, life disconnected you, third parties disconnected you, people that were in between the relationship, or even just the relationship itself, it lost the connection somehow, the passion. No communication definitely does a block in the passion as well. So for a lot of you, this is your energy. Feeling like this connection is hopeless, like, what's the point anymore? And especially if you've grown past this, you've healed out of this feeling, a lot of you don't want to put yourself back in that vulnerable position. Now, I really feel like that's why this message, surrender to the sweetness, comes in, because for some of you, love is vulnerability. Love is being okay with trusting that another person is going to take care of your heart. And in the first place, you were okay to do this with your masculine. Somewhere along the way, they broke that trust, maybe even for the both of you. But ultimately, when this person makes this return and they let you know how much they love you, you're going to see exactly why it's okay to be vulnerable with this person. So wow, we're just hopping in. This is such a beautiful message. Welcome everyone in the chats. I just see one person so far. Feel free to drop a comment if this resonates for you. Here we go. Look at that. Two of Swords. This is you. Are you sure? Should you go back to this person? Should you move forward? Ultimately, the decision is yours. This is just the guidance. But what I can tell you is, for a lot of you, your person is going to come back and surprise you and shock you in a way you could have never imagined. Now, for a lot of you, when you experience this separation, for some of you, it was because this person wasn't ready for this long-term commitment. You two found each other. Maybe you were young. Maybe you just were on different life paths. They still had stuff they wanted to get done. Same with you in your life. But this person, the further that they've been with you or even separated from you, what they learned was the way that they handled themselves, your DM. For a lot of you, if there was a third party or ghosting, they totally intentionally did that to throw off the connection. And looking back, this is where they see they caused both you and them a lot of hurt. They should have just been honest. They should have said, hey, I love you, but we need some space apart. There's still some things I want to figure out in life. I want to make sure you're my person. Because for a lot of you Divine Feminines, you would have accepted that and moved forward. But ultimately, that's not how life works, right? And that's not how we grow and learn. So somewhere along the mix, there was a miscommunication, there was a separation, and there was a lot of growth for you both individually. And now it's time for you to come back together. And just know too, for a lot of you, you felt like your DM was never going to be on the same page as you. So you were frustrated. You were feeling like the girl with, the bird box. Like trying to get out there, but you're kind of terrified at the same time, especially if it came to love, putting yourself back out there in love. But just know that all this happened for a reason, because now your person sees you truly as the one that they value, the person that they want to be with in this connection for the long term. And it took you or them both walking away from each other for them to figure that out, to really, nail the hammer on the head, to really like drill that into their own reality, for them to figure that out. 8 of Cups. You had to walk away. They had to walk away. But your DM is coming back, and look at this. For some of you, they see you as abundant, and the way that you've been so grown and mature about the separation. It's like too, if you watched your DM date casually, date karmics, experience life, a lot of you sat back and let them. 11-11 just on the reading. Well, isn't that it? Because you knew if that person was your true wish, that was your true person, when they experienced life, they would come back. And for some of you, that's the difficult lesson that you had to learn. Ultimately, by letting go of your DM, letting them experience their life, you leveled up in your life. Because it takes a mature person to step back and say, you love that person that much unconditionally, that they can go out there and figure it out for themselves if they truly want to be with you, instead of wasting both your time. What did that do? As soon as you walked away, DM was like, where's my divine feminine? Who karmic who? And that's what happens. And that's what sparks the awakening in your person as well. And for some of you, they needed to even date other people to really see how much they had it good with you, how much they loved being with you, how much, say, in the long run, you're the person they want to wake up next to in the morning, not random this girl and that girl and some girl they dated for 3 weeks and the next girl. They want to be with that person that they know and love. And for a lot of you, you'll know your DM could have even been the type that when you wake up in the morning, you could have felt like not your best, and they would always encourage you, tell you how naturally beautiful you were all the time. That type of energy, that's how much your DM loves you. Let's just say this, when they went out and experienced those other relationships did not get all those praise. And if anything, those other relationships like quickly realized that they still wanted to be with you. Because for some of you, your DM would go out, date someone else, and the reason it would end so quickly is they're still so hung up on you and your connection that they would talk about it. Oh, well, when I was with Divine Feminine, this is what we did. And ooh, karmics do not like that. Or even in general, even if you aren't a karmic, anyone who is in a relationship with someone does not want to hear about the past person. They want to move forward and know that this person is healed. So Divine Masculine had to go through multiple different lessons of being on their own, of experiencing life, of getting out there and dating. For some of you, you could have dated this person right out of high school, or they could have had minimal dating experience before you. So they felt like, wow, all relationships are going to be as good as Divine Feminine treats me. But what they didn't realize is you're a Divine Feminine collective. The energy you bring sets you apart from the rest, because ultimately you vibe in this high vibing, natural, giving, nurturing, and self-loving vibe that not everyone can compete with, because you are not insecure. You're not jealous. And that's what made you evolve into a Divine Feminine. You could have been that way in the past. Heck, could have been never that way, and you could have been that way. But what makes you evolve is when you outgrow and you change out of those behaviors, those attitudes, those ways of being immature, low vibrational. So that's what happened to your DM. You were just like a little bit further along than them for most of you. But hey, I mean, it's like they say in life, like, don't they say that women mature faster than men? Like, I don't know. I think a person is a person. But for a lot of you, Could have been the case. Also could have been that you were older than your person. Could have been even an experience in life. Or like I said, dating. Just maybe they had less experience in dating than you. But it doesn't mean that they were less mature or anything, right? You could have been on the same maturity level. Just they didn't realize that the love and attention and affection that you gave them, you can't just go find that in the next person you randomly go on a date with. That's not how the world works. But for some of them, they thought it did because the love you gave them was so pure, so unconditional, and so everlasting. It was like no matter what they put you through or did to you, you always came back with more unconditional love for this person. You recharged your DM in a sense that way. They could have hurt you, they could have betrayed you, but ultimately you kept coming back with unconditional love. But eventually what happened to this separation was Spirit said, okay, enough's enough. One person is taking much more than they're giving in the connection, and the other is literally giving more than they're ever receiving. So that's the reason you separated. Now, boom, Divine Masculine realizes the error of their ways, and this is the beauty of the reading as we hop into it. And they know too, for a lot of you, they're not as successful and as abundant as they would be if the two of you were together. They know that. And it's not because you were someone who, you know, did anything for this person in the sense like lifted up their, I'm not sure, their name or anything like that. But I'm just saying in a sense that when the two of you are together, you're so naturally happy that you vibe in a higher frequency. And therefore, both of you are going to naturally succeed more in your passions, your dreams, and your goals. Queen of Swords. So this is you feeling really cold and detached. I feel like this is you, collective. Even now, listening to this message, you're like, see it to believe it. Yeah, right. And even if they come back on any sort of game, you're not buying it. But this is the whole surrender to the sweetness. Because if this is truly your Divine Masculine, the person that you know you've been waiting or wanting to be loyal to you, to figure out the value of this connection, then why continue to stay like this? Because they're finally realized and coming back. And for some of you, it's going to be like a big thing. It's either going to be like an engagement ring or like a promise ring if you aren't on that kind of level yet. For others of you, moving in together. For some of you, it's going to be something so random. Like I was trying to get Spirit to give me some downloads. So I'm not sure, but it's like if they were creative, maybe they're going to write like a book for you or like a short poem or story. For others of you, it could be even that they're going to do a song. For others of you, it could be like a piece of artwork and they're going to give it to you custom. Something to really just let you know, like, you are their number one. You're their number one girl, Divine Feminine. You always were. You always will be. And Divine Masculine knows it now too. So let's get some cards and see what's up. Look at that. The end of heartbreak and feeling detached from your true love. Feeling left out in the cold. Could have been dealing with a water sign or an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we've also got a lot of earth energy. Not much fire yet, but regardless of the signs. Okay, so we're going to keep going and see what comes out. This is Divine Feminine, though. Literally scared to give into love, to open back up to your DM. And Spirit saying, like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you break their heart when they come in with this, like, consider that your decision. I mean, of course, with the Divine Union, there's always lots of ways that they love to bring you back together. But ultimately, it's like, when they come back in with this, in the past too, your Divine Masculine could have came in prematurely, or you could have went back to them prematurely, and the two of you, one of you ghosted each other. It didn't work out. The reason for that being is because you weren't ready yet. And so now when this person comes back, if you turn them down because you aren't ready yet, it's just going to delay the reunion. But ultimately, this is just also a message for you to see and make your own decision, right? If you want to reunite or just move forward. Wow, the High Priestess, you know they're coming. You can feel their energy. Whoever resonates with this, you are connected to them in that sense. You feel them coming back towards you. And like I said, it's this weekend. Friday, Saturday, latest Sunday morning. But I feel like Saturday night latest because they want to spend Sunday with you. Or if not, they want to get on a better note again. Like this person wants to be back in your space. They dropped the third party as if I just split the deck. Temperance, 3 of Cups in reverse. They dropped the third party. They want to balance out this situation with you. That is so beautiful. So we're going to keep going because I just split it, but as if. And you know, that really just shows you. Definitely like a nervous situation. Your DM has a lot of anxiety about this because they're really scared that if they come in and you turn them down, they're gonna like crumble. They're gonna feel so devastated because it took a lot for them to heal, overcome other relationships, and realize that the whole time they've been holding on to you. So Divine Feminine too, if anything, Divine Masculine sees you as how strong you were. You didn't give in to temptations. You didn't run around and date others. You stayed committed to yourself when this person and you didn't work out, and you chose to heal and move in self-love. And a lot of you had opened yourself back up to dating if you hadn't dated yet, but you just hadn't found that person. And for some of you, maybe you had dated and it didn't work out as well. Well, this is why, because this is your true counterpart. And it's going to keep not working out with those people until the two of you come back together. But for some of you, it's frustrating because if you're a Divine Feminine, you're a Miss Independent Woman survivor, and your masculine's out dating karmics, and all you're doing is hearing about it from others. For a lot of you, you've got them blocked on everything because it's not that you don't want to communicate with them. You just don't want to see or know what they're up to. You just want to move on with your life. And this is the thing. They feel the energy. The more that you pull back, the more they feel the disconnect in this. And the two of you are supposed to have a family for a lot of you. Like if you've been wanting to have a family with someone and every time you get in a relationship, things don't work out or this and that since you've met your DM. Same with your DM. They could be trying to settle down with someone else. This is why, because the two of you are meant to have this family together. Okay, so let's see any more messages. If this resonates, go ahead and like the video. Send out that beautiful positive energy to bring back your DM. And if you just tuned in now, I did say a little bit of a blessing, light, affirmation message of my own for y'all at the beginning. Just sending you all a beautiful reunion and come back together. Because truly that's what life's about. And both you and your Divine Masculine have had a lot of strength in this separation. Now, like I said, not for everyone is it going to resonate, but for a lot of you, this person is going to come back. And it could be even when you're at home, when you least expect it. With this 4 of Swords in reverse, this person could just pop up, say you have your own place. They could pop up. It's really going to put a little bit of a disturbance in your world. So for some of you, maybe this message as well is just a heads up because you may be very emotional when your person comes back. Like say your person comes back and like knocks on your door. Okay. I know like pretty much 9 out of 10 of everyone watching would definitely maybe have a little bit of a tear or two. But for some of you, it's going to be a happy tear. Some of you, it's going to be confused. Others of you, it's going to be like, see ya later. So maybe this message is just to really bring awareness because collective, Divine Feminine, this person's coming back and is going to tell you that they want to have a baby with you. And that's crazy because I had a reading like that a couple days ago to do with Divine Masculine. And look at that. So yeah, if they're trying to come over for the weekend, just a heads up. They are trying to literally lock themselves back in. No, what's it? Tradesies? No escapes. They want to stay with you for the long haul. This could be a fire sign. We got double fire energy. Also have Taurus and Libra. So, okay, for some of you, if you and your person didn't go through a huge separation, but you've more recently met and you know it's your Divine Masculine and the two of you haven't come together fully, they let the opinions of others get in the way. they were more so focused on themselves, more so in that work mode for some of you, not focused on a relationship when they met you, and you could have been the same way. Now, if that's the case, this person's going to come in and proclaim their love, and that's what's going to shock you, because you don't think this person wants anything to do with you. And this person, they're worried you feel the same. They feel like you're like the ice queen for some of you. Divine Femmes, if you got your masculines blocked, they've been trying to send you so many little signs to reach out. They could have even called and left a voicemail and then hung up. For others of you, I'm not sure. Maybe they're going to show up, or they've tried to send you a text. Definitely look like fire sign though. And if not, look at just very protective masculine. You've got a very loyal masculine, even though it may not have seemed during the separation. This person is loyal to you. They just really felt like when the two of you went through this separation, that was you letting them experience their life as well. Letting them truly decide if this relationship was for them. Because like I said, for some of you, they just didn't have enough life experience or relationship experience. But Divine Feminine, it's like when you knew this was your person. You literally knew this was your person no matter what. And you knew that the two of you were going to be very successful and abundant together. Not only financially, but in love, in family, and in life. The energy the two of you bring to each other, you really inspire each other. And say it's a new connection, it's a newer divine connection, is really beautiful because you and this person don't even know everything about each other yet, and you already uplift each other so much. So just wait until you have that deep bond and connection. It's going to be intense. But for a lot of you, this is your DM from separation. You know the one, and they know that you're the one. So that's really sweet. Aw, that just came out again. Look at 7 of Cups in reverse, 6 of Cups. So that's so beautiful. They don't want any other options anymore. They only want your love. And they want to build a family with you. For some of you, you know, they want the pets, the nice house. They could want to have a little boy that looks just like them because they're masculine. Maybe that's a dream of theirs. Do you have someone to follow in their footsteps? I feel like for some of you, you're masculine or you were an only child. So it's really important to you to have a big family. And for others of you, if you're not an only child, it's just really important for you to have a big family. Something that you may have not had. So this is really beautiful for a lot of you. This is the deep connection that you and this person have too. And the fact that you are in this twin flame energy, you have this telepathic communication, this ability to feel each other's energy without trying. Like this person and you can both just look at a picture of each other, or you could look at a text you send each other, or you could literally, I'm not sure, communicate briefly and you know exactly how the person is. But without the communication is what I mean. You don't need to have that communication to know, okay, this person's not okay right now. My DM's not okay. And they know the same about you. So for a lot of you, oh my goodness, I've never experienced that. Wow. It was literally like spirit just had like someone like hit me in the chest. So it's like, that's how your DM felt when the two of you were separated, because they knew that they were breaking your heart so bad too, while they were experimenting, dating others, possibly in separation, totally ignoring you. And they had this love for you this whole time. That was the hardest part for your divine masculine, and they're definitely going to come tell you that. Absolutely. For some of them, it's going to be a very emotional moment, and your DM could be someone who doesn't normally express emotions, but when it comes to you, they're always real and raw and uncut when it comes to you. They have this deep ability to open up to you unlike anyone else, and you have this ability to draw it out of them, and that's what they love about you too. So, wow, thanks Spirit. One thing they noticed while dating a lot of other people was no one had the ability to pull that out of them the way that you did. The Hierophant at the bottom. So you could be dealing with the Taurus, and if not, this represents marriage. This person wants kids, marriage, definitely long-term commitments. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Let's see what else. But yeah, definitely drop a comment on this reading later if they do reach out to you this weekend. Because like I said, this cycle is over. This person had this realization for a lot of you a week ago, a couple weeks ago. For some of you, it's really sweet. They've had this realization so long ago, but they weren't able to come forward yet because they either had stuff they were working on in the background, their career, other stuff like that, or otherwise they just had other situations they were closing out. Karmic cycles, ending karmic relationships, and also making the boundaries with those that disagree with your connection. They could have family or friends or even coworkers that don't agree with you two being together. And now this person realizes that none of that is relevant. Hangman in reverse. They are ending the two of you feeling stuck. 7 of Wands. That is so beautiful. So your person has done so much inner reflection to make sure that this is what they want. So, for you, Divine Feminine, you're like nervous to open up, give them another chance. For a lot of you, you are feeling like there is no emotional balance or trust left between the two of you. But know that your person has been planning, learning, evolving, and making sure that this is really the next move for them. And because they know too that they really made a disturbance in your life, Divine Feminine, by leaving you out in the cold the first place. So roughly, the separation between the two of you. If they left you for someone else, if they said nasty things, if they acted in a nasty way, they could have been really aggressive or even worse. All of this out of their own not being able to communicate with you or be honest. And a lot of it, they realize now how immature it was, how wrong it was. And so they know that you have your guard up, and ultimately they know if they come back that it has to be correct. Because they honestly don't want to put you through that again. And I know that's probably like, you're listening to that like, wow, but it's the truth. For some of you, you think your Divine Masculine's heartless. It's like, wow, Spirit just always say, some of them maybe, but not when it comes to you. But for the rest of them, they really just were confused. They were so confused too because either they didn't have enough experience in dating, or you were a whole new level. They never would have thought they would have met you. You were like their dream person. So in itself, that could have caused a tower moment in this person's life, thinking that you were too good to be true. They could have taken advantage of the connection as well, Divine Feminine, thinking, nah, no way that this is my dream person, that Divine Feminine is this perfect. And for some of you, you know, you could have felt the same way. Sometimes people subconsciously sabotage relationships due to their own, self-confidence issues, lack of confidence. Absolutely. You could have been that way as well in the past, especially if you knew your Divine Masculine was someone who was flirty or dealing with karmic relationships. But the reason why that happened as well was to teach you that. To teach you to be super confident in yourself, and at least in your relationship, in knowing what you provide to this person and to the table. And so, yeah, for a lot of you going through that, if you were previously insecure, a lot of you broke those cycles when you walked away from your DM, and you actually have learned, whether you realize or not, but really how to overcome that for a lot of you. Wow, I just split the deck again after putting it together, and the Tower is there again. So that is crazy. So let's keep going. Tower moments coming in because the shakeup is here. DM's coming back, like I said. It's going to be such a sudden return, or the way that they're going to announce it. I'm not sure announce it. So maybe they're going to like ask you to be in a relationship or something and put it on Facebook. I don't know, something like that. Just like make it official. Others of you, like I said, they're literally going to like post something, or like you're just going to know. And you're going to know it's for you. That's what I just heard. You're going to know it's for you. Welcome everyone just joining. If this is resonating, go ahead and like the video, and definitely drop a comment if this is resonating for you. Wow. This is going to change your world. So yeah, I'm feeling like marriage is in the cards, or some sort of big announcement, maybe to their family that is against the relationship. Maybe they're going to be like, hey, we're engaged. This is it. We're in a relationship now. time to back off. This is so beautiful. Yeah. So in the past, no one wanted to see you with this person. And ultimately, it threw you and this person both off. Definitely could have been dealing with a fire sign. Got a lot of page energy, so really immature in the past. Your DM was immature as well, not by choice, but because of how other people disagreed with the relationship. They felt like they just had to agree with the people they knew longer or they thought cared about them. Wow, thank you, Spirit. So for some of you, this tower moment they just recently had was the realization that, especially if you're someone newer in their life, some people have been in their lives their entire lives or 10 plus years, and the way that you treat them and respect them, they can see now that you have better intentions for them, Divine Feminine, than those karmic people in their life ever did. And for so long, they literally let those people's judgments make their decisions if they should be with you or not. Intense. Thank you, Spirit, for the clarity. I really hope that could bring some clarity to someone there. All right, so let's keep going. Let's get a few more messages. We're going to do love messages from your person as well, from your DM, so you can really hear what they want to say to you. But like I said, couple of days. And for some of you, it's been no communication for so long that this is going to be a shock. The Hermit in reverse. So this person, if you've been hiding from them or like dating and stuff, they literally want to take you out. They want to take you like out on a night on the town, out for dinner. They really just want you to be seen with them. Okay, this is really crazy. For some of you, say you are at a long distance, your person's literally just gonna like show up and be like, I'm at the airport. Beautiful. Someone in the chat just said this resonates for them, that you've reconnected. Well, that's really lovely to see. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I really feel like, honestly though, it's tomorrow or Saturday. And if they don't come by your house, it's because they feel like you're going to reject their offer. They're going to reach out in a different way. So for some of you, if you are open to receiving this, definitely don't make the move, Divine Feminine. Let your masculine come to you. Like, masculine needs this, especially after the separation. For a lot of you, you know that your masculine needs to come make this right. And masculine knows that they need to come make this right. And that's where we're at. King of Cups, your person is finally emotionally available. So you could have been dating someone who was never healed from their past relationship. And you might not have realized that when you went into the connection with them. Something maybe you learned later on. For others of you, you never learned it. Maybe they masked it really well, that they had past issues when it comes to connections because they're worried about being abandoned. They have abandonment issues. Ultimately, your person, through this separation, they healed that. They overcame that. And you were part of the reason for that. That is so beautiful. Because them being separated from you, Divine Feminine, and same for you, was probably one of the hardest things you ever went through in your life. So ultimately, and if it's a new connection, it's like taking so long or feeling frustrating. You could feel the energy, probably anticipating for a long time, taking a long time. You two have balanced each other out. So that is such a beautiful lesson to see. You could be dealing with a water sign. We've got Virgo energy, Aries, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So in Aquarius, your person could be any of those signs, but definitely, regardless if they're not, they are emotionally balanced now. And that's the difference. And you could have not even known, like I said, that your DM was going through those issues. The Fool and Temperance, when I literally just split the deck. New start, balancing out the situation. Yeah, DM's coming in. Temperance again. Yeah, you could definitely be dealing with the Sagittarius. And if not, it's a shock. Notice too how this DM's got the angel wings. It's like, this is your angel. This is your balance. This is your person. You both feel like that to each other, like truly home. And even if it's a new connection, you already feel like that. So for some of you, if you are at a distance, like I said, this person's either going to invite you to meet them somewhere in the middle, or they're going to surprise you. They could even try and figure out a different way. I'm not sure how they're going to do this, but there's going to be a big reveal of the fact that they choose you. Okay, so let's see if we can get any more messages. No more running. Your DM is done running away from you, running away from the connection, and most importantly, running away from their feelings that they have in their heart. Welcome back, Queen Jay-Z. We've got Raquel in the chats. A few new faces there. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so let's see what we've got. I had a flipper, and I was going to say, but there's no dolphins, and then as if it's literally the moon, and it's like a mermaid underwater. But yeah, look at that. This is you. After you watch this video, Spirit is actually urging you to connect with your spirit guides, to meditate for 5 minutes. Just sit and think even before you go to bed tonight. Say you do your prayers at night, or even if you don't, when you're sitting in bed right before you fall asleep tonight and you're totally clear-headed and it's quiet, think about if this person were to come back, if your DM were to come back tomorrow, are you ready for it? How are you feeling about it? And is it the right move? Because for a lot of you, it's like the next couple of days. So just a heads up that Spirit's telling you they're there to give you that guidance, that reassurance, and you're going to really feel it. You're going to know if it's right or if it feels off. With the moon, this is the secret. Because a lot of you feel like this connection is completely done. It's completely over with. And it's a little bit of a secret for your DM too, because they have a surprise for you. Thank you, Spirit. They have a surprise for you. And also, it's a secret for them because they don't know if you're going to accept it. I feel like for some of you, this DM's got a promise ring or a ring. Like, they're going to come in. Oh my gosh, I just heard okay, I hope you guys like this impression. It's like a low voice, you know, masculine voice. And it's like, hey, you're my baby or something. They're going to come in and be like, you were always my baby. And they're going to claim you. So that was my terrible example at being a divine masculine. But it's the thought that counts, okay? They're gonna be so excited to be back with you, and the two of you are gonna feel free. Okay, and we're gonna keep it PG on this channel, but it is a bit later, so I hope everyone is, yeah. But for some of you, you in this DM are gonna get real freaky. Divine Feminine, you're just take me as I am. So, okay, some of you are gonna be so pumped for this person to be back. Others of you very much so reserved. But surrender to the sweetness. I'm going to say it once more before this reading finishes, but that was the first oracle message we had there. So the Sun, when I split the deck, and the High Priestess. So however you think this is going to go is not how it's going to go. It's going to go different than that. Wow, there you go. So say you're expecting them to show up at your house. They're going to call you and be like, meet me at this hotel, or I'm not sure, a dinner place, you know, something extravagant. Welcome back, Tiffany. Welcome, everyone. So good to see some returning subs. I missed y'all. I didn't do a reading last night, and then today I did one this morning. So nice to see all the subs tuned in. And welcome, too, if there's anyone new. Hopefully you're definitely able to grab a message from this. But yeah, Knight of Pentacles, there's your DM. So while you were in separation too, this person has evolved. They've grown. For some of you, your DM didn't have much to provide in the past as well, and this is what literally bothered them. They felt like they either weren't on the same level as you, or when it came to having a long-lasting relationship, they didn't have the stability to provide for you to get a house, to get married, all those things. So for a lot of you during this separation, your DM has either changed careers, experienced a level up. For others of you, they've just been working really hard. And when they come back, they're coming back with Pentacles. They've got their own blessings, and they're excited to show you all the changes that they've made in their own life as well. They've definitely made a lot of changes in their life. And honestly, this reading is shocking because I feel like this is a lot of the divine feminines, especially if you are an earth sign. You may be a little hesitant about taking this person back. 111 likes in the chat. Earth Angel 111. There you go. Exactly. So if you're an earth sign, you're absolutely like, I don't think so. But Spirit's saying maybe just to surrender to the sweetness because your intuition is off about this one, homie. All the ladies, all the gentlemen, your intuition is off because this person's going to come surprise you. And for a lot of you, it's going to be when you're at home. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Okay, so let's get a few more messages and then we'll actually just do messages, close out from your DM. Okay, this one is like, should we take it? I think we should take it. It's like stuck there. 3 of Cups in reverse, bro. That's the second time that came out. Okay, so someone who is watching right now is sitting there saying they probably still have a third party or two in the background. Divine Masculine is not loyal. Divine Masculine is not committed. Well, double confirmation. Your Divine Masculine has said, see you later to all the karmics that were in their life. And if they haven't said see you later to them, they've made it real clear that you are their number one, Divine Feminine. And the judgment's here. You're not going to see this coming, especially if it's someone new. Fire sign for sure. Fire sign or an earth sign, or we've got a lot of water energy as well. Little bit of air energy, so we can definitely say we got all the signs on the board, but definitely prominent. Look at that. Tower in reverse. So Tower in reverse is quick, sudden changes. Shakes things up, but transforms it for the better when it's in reverse. Could mean you're holding on to stuff still. So for some of you, holding on to the fact that you don't think you're ready to go back into a relationship with this person, or you don't think you're quite healed. And for some of you, I feel like some of you just don't feel like this Divine Masculine has the ability to change because of what they put you through. For some of you, this person really put you through it. Especially if they've been in no communication for a long time and they've been casually dating others and kind of rubbing it in your face. You might just be like, no, thank you. But ultimately, this is what this shakeup is because people change, and this Divine Masculine is now someone grown and not someone you would have ever expected. And they're really proud of themselves. They've got some sort of achievement now. Maybe they've got their own business or they've got an upgrade in their career. There's something they're doing. So they're coming with a big smile on their face because they're eager to show you their accomplishments since the two of you have been in separation. So Divine Feminine, the biggest thing you do for your masculine, other than you help them spiritually awaken and see where they needed to open up more emotionally to you and to be okay with being vulnerable. So in the beginning of the relationship, that was it. Your Divine Masculine couldn't be vulnerable and committed. But now it's you after the separation that has this hard time. And your Divine Masculine's about to come in really proud of this separation and basically just let you know that they want to grow even more with you. And they're proud of the fact that they feel like you are the reason for their transformation. None of these other 7 of Cups. None of these other quick relationships that lasted a couple weeks or even a couple dates. There may be more than you realize too. Divine Masculine's going to be honest with you. They're going to be honest with you. I feel like a lot of you are like, who knows what? The streets have had him. The streets can keep him. But Divine Feminine, if this is truly your Divine Masculine and you want this person has changed. So this is the shocking realization. And so for a lot of you too, maybe it's just a conversation worth having. Because this person, though, when they come back, this is why it's taken them so long. They want to make sure it's just right. They want to make sure that they come with something that you will realize the seriousness of their love, their relationship too. In the past, this was your DM. Page of Cups in reverse. Immature. Non-committal. Was all about maybe just like hooking up and like dating casually. But then when it came down to
let's take the next step, move in or get married or have kids. Could have been one of those things, could have been all those things. They were more just talk than they were action. Now, for all of you, if you had those talks and you know your person was genuine, they were. But in the back of the mind, they're thinking, they're not ready for this. They're like, what? Like, for some of them, they could have been younger than you or just less experienced at life. So they were like, whoa. And for a lot of you divine feminines, you had already dated. And when you had met this person, you knew you were willing to put in the work for your divine masculine, no matter what. And that's the difference. So really beautiful energy to be in. They are no longer this immature person. And so this is why it's taken them a while, because maybe too in the background, they're trying to like make sure they've got the accomplishments so that when they come in, they can be like, well, they did this and this, and aren't you proud of them? For some of you, your divine masculine really seeks your approval. Just to know that you are proud of them means the world to them. So look at it this way too. The whole time that they knew they were disappointing you in the separation and letting you down by being with someone else, it really hurt them. For some of you, you can definitely tell that this masculine has been really hurt by the disconnection. They could really show it. They could have changed their appearance. They could have gained weight. They could have lost weight. There's so many different ways. But for some of you, this person just like looks stressed. They could have bags under their eyes. Something about them, they don't glow the way that they did when you were together. And this is because this person not only feels your hurt and pain, but they feel their own as well. So it's a really intense feeling to have for your masculine overall. And especially if they were very much so passionate about you. They feel like this passion's been restricted and it doesn't allow them to fully feel like themselves on a daily basis. Like, if your masculine has all this love for you too, and they're like, okay, it's like this. Divine masculine knows they basically wanted to go explore their options. You gave it to them, either forced or not. Either they made that decision and walked away from you, or you just separated and they did it. So they know ultimately they hurt you so bad, and it's like they're carrying that hurt in their own. And then they had to try and move on with their life while they were doing it. For a lot of you, your masculine's drained because they had to put on a smile for their friends and family and say that they didn't want their divine feminine anymore, especially if they talk down on you. And in reality, look at that. They're hiding all this passion. It's burning inside their heart. Every day when they go to sleep, all they think about is you. The lack of love. And that's how you know that's your divine masculine, because ultimately being able to forgive that person, even though they have hurt you, they have let you down. For some of you, you're thinking no, but just know it's like where there's a will, there's a way. And like for your masculine to change this much and put in all this effort, I mean, call me a hopeless romantic, an advocate for true love, but all relationships take work. And you know that because you are willing to put in all that work for your masculine in the first place. And a lot of them really took advantage of the collective of feminine. But this is what awakened you spiritually. And if not you, if you already found you were, this is what awoken your masculine. And put you both on a separate path of success to give you the option to come back together or to continue your separate ways. And really, this is what this reading's about. Divine masculine's pretty excited though. They've been keeping this close to their chest, this surprise. And for some of you, it's really soon. Like I said, tomorrow or Saturday, you're going to know. I wonder if it's a present. For some of you, I feel like it's a ring. And if not, it's like a promise. But for some of you, your masculine gave you so many words in the past. This was a strong message, thanks Spirit, that just came in. That they know you're not going to listen to words anymore. And this is why they're coming in with the big action this time. Like the ring, the gift, they're going to jump on one knee. Or for some of you, if it's long distance, they're literally going to show up and say, I'm in your city. I'm in your town. Let's get together. Let's try to talk this out. You're my person. It's going to be a big shock. And I'm just grateful to deliver this message to you because this is like beautiful. Really beautiful. Y'all should write a movie. Write a love song about it if it's really good. Sweet. 3 of Wands. There's your person. So for some of you, definitely there's water between you. There's a distance. There could be a sea. Could be like your East Coast or West Coast. I don't know. Could be even across the world. But this person's ready to get on that surfboard and to overcome it. Hopefully there's no sharks in the water. Wow. Sorry, I hope you like my shark reference. All right, so let's keep going. A few more messages. 9 of Pentacles, ready to grow. Yeah, you're definitely dealing with a fire sign. Queen of Wands, or if not, you could be a fire sign. Queen of Wands, 3 of Wands. 8 of Wands at the bottom there. Thank you so much, everyone, tuning in. If you're just tuning in, I will leave this up so you can check it out from the beginning. But yeah, let's get into some love messages. Let's see what your divine masculine is literally holding back so close and wants to tell you. Okay, Spirit just threw me one more download. For some of you, divine masculine is going to come in and surprise you literally this weekend. Could be with someone else they know. Like, if you aren't too familiar with this person yet, they could come down and just be like, hey, I'm here. Would you want to meet? For others of you, this person's been trying to call you, isn't really ready to yet. And for others of you, like, they're planning this. This is already what's been planning, and this is the big surprise. Oh, I love that. That's so sweet in the chat. Someone, he's the present you want. Absolutely, divine feminine. This is the present for you. This is your divine masculine returning, leveled up, healed, and ready to be your true man, your loyal partner. Now, the choice is going to be up to you. So maybe this is why Spirit just wants me to deliver this message, to literally let my beautiful collective know that this is coming. So maybe spend that time tonight over the next day. Definitely don't get super caught up in the energy, because a lot of divine feminines, you could have already overcame that. Feeling like you were constantly wondering what the outcome of this situation was in the past. A lot of you have already evolved out of that, and you're just let it be. Whatever the universe decides, you will let it be. Welcome, Carolyn. You finally made a live. Nice to see you. You always leave such lovely comments on the readings, and I love reading them. So welcome. Welcome to all the new people in the chat. But ultimately, just know that this divine masculine is like, they've grown, they've matured, and they're ready to be your man. So let's get some love messages. What are they holding back? Thank you so much to everyone tuning in. Just know, DM is a new version of themselves. The two of you are going to have to get to know each other all over again. And if this is a new connection, the two of you still have so much to explore and learn about each other. And that's the exciting thing. That's what gets them really excited. But yeah, overall, this message is just really to bring some awareness, possibly. Like, for some of you, you've just written this connection off. You've decided it's not the connection for you. You're moving forward. And this is why this reading is coming in as awareness, because I'm telling you, masculines coming in unexpected, as they normally do. If your masculine returned in the past, didn't they come in unexpected? And it probably didn't work out. The two of you separated again after maybe a brief communication, because divine masculine came in too prematurely, and Spirit said, oh, no. You're not ready yet. You're still on that fuckery. Like, low key, for some of them, they were still on the non-committal. So why did divine feminine deserve to go through all that work to take them back in that essence? But they were just missing you so bad. And like I said, divine masculine, whether you know this or not, they literally felt your pain and the heartbreak they were causing you. So, wow, Spirit, I've never been conveyed this message, but this is why they were coming in. Because they just couldn't stand to hurt you anymore. But it was like Spirit was like, no, you both aren't ready, or they aren't ready. Someone wasn't ready. So if they came back really briefly, quickly, it was like maybe a day conversation, one conversation, it felt off. Their intentions weren't off, but they truly hadn't healed yet. They hadn't fully got on that committed level. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending light and blessings your way. So let's get to these messages. First one says, I communicate to you through music. Wow. Did I not just say for some of you, you're going to write a song together, or this person's doing something creative? Maybe they're going to write you a song. Let's keep going. That's the first message out. That, of course, doesn't apply for everyone. Possibly they could play guitar. Maybe they're going to write you a little guitar melody. For others of you, they could make you a playlist. That could be the thing between the two of you. You share playlists. And for others of you, they're going to write something for you. So let's see what else we got. I have loved you since the first time that I saw you. Oh, that is so special. I knew then you were going to be an important part of my life from that day forward. So Divine Masculine always knew, whether or not they really put in the work back then to now, they always knew. It's just so many of them weren't ready to be in such a serious, committed relationship. Because they knew you were their be-all, end-all person. And same with you. And then it's like for others of you, both of you, or if not them, questioned it. Like, too good to be true, too good to be true. And so for a lot of you, DM sabotaged it that way. Nah, no way this girl's loyal, committed, and wants to marry me and treat me right, cook me dinner, and be my divine feminine, and actually pay for stuff, and not try and take money from me like the karmics do. No way. But then they realized, yes way. Yes way. And for a lot of you too, you really matched up to Divine Masculine when it came to either career, your energy, or both. It wasn't like Divine Masculine was the breadwinner. And for a lot of you, it wasn't like you were, but the two of you both had that drive and ambition separately, and imagine what the two of you could do together. And this is why this DM has always loved you for that. If only you knew how much those little moments with you matter to me. So that's really sweet. You could spend really random moments having conversations, or little signs, or when you spend time together, those little jokes that you have together, those inside jokes. The two of you, I feel like, either have pet nicknames for each other or an inside joke that you've had since you first started dating. And hopefully that triggers back a memory for someone or two that you do have one with your person. It's like those kind of things. They love that about you. I talk to my friends about you. So this is it. Whoever disagreed with the connection in the past, they're like, see you later. Even if they were longtime friends. Like some of them since like elementary or high school. But if they didn't have good intentions for the connection, they realized through the separation. And for others of you, this is positive. They talk to their friends about you. They could have some positive friends that agree with the connection, and at the same time, some that don't. So there's quite a few that came out. Let's just keep pulling and see what comes out. Forget talking about the past, bro. Isn't this it? Literally. I'd rather just kiss and make up. Wow. That is the first thing I feel like they're gonna say to you. Like, they're literally gonna be like, come in my arms, divine feminine. Like, forget about the past. Forget about me being an F-boy. Just come love me. Like, that's literally what they're gonna say. If your person was disloyal. And for others of you, you know, it could have been a number of situations that caused the separation. Maturity, trust, insecurities, and even just third parties. I trust you more than I trust anyone in the world, sometimes even more than I trust myself. Absolutely get that vibe, because thank you so much for the donation. I very much appreciate that. So with this here, it's so beautiful because they trust you more than they trust anyone, in the sense that even when you two are in separation, they trusted that you were going to make the right decisions for this relationship. That you weren't going to go and date a bunch of karmics and really betray them. They knew, Divine Feminine, they could leave you and go explore their life and you were good. It's them that they're disappointed in. And that literally makes sense why they trust you more than they trust them. Because through this separation, they realized that they were the ones that kind of let you down and themselves down. By not being able to just heal or be alone. They jumped from connection to connection, or even while the two of you were still together, causing the separation. So that's really beautiful to see. This person really has a lot of trust for you. I just want to see you happy, even if it's not with me. Well, isn't that a true unconditional love right there? That is absolutely beautiful, because it really just shows that your person has finally come to that realization that even if you are with someone else, as long as you are happy, they're happy. And this is the connection that you always had with them. This is why, Divine Feminine, you allowed them to go date others and to live their life. You truly stepped back and allowed that connection to just be that way. And this is why now they have that utmost respect for you and this trust for you. Sometimes I wish we had better communication between us. Sometimes I shut down emotionally. So definitely get that vibe from this person. They feel like they shut down emotionally. They're unable to really fully communicate the extent of their feelings, and this often gets in the way. Look at that. That is so beautiful. I want to start over. See, literally, I just love to when Divine Masculine's literally just backing up the whole reading. There we go. I'm sorry for hurting you so bad. That is so sweet. And that is what I mean. Because ultimately, Divine Masculine felt every time you sat at home and cried by yourself, those deep, like heartfelt heartbreaks, Divine Masculine felt that energy. And for some of you, you were able to feel it when they felt it, but you could tell it was only more recently. For a lot of you, only more recently, after they walked away from karmic energies, they allowed themselves to feel the hurt from the separation from the two of you. So if you've noticed in the last few weeks, especially, you've really felt your Divine Masculine's energy, they're sending you that energy, but not even on purpose. For some of you, they just subconsciously, they're emanating that energy out to you, the fact that they're so hurt. So this is really intense. This is really beautiful. I want to talk about our future together. That is so beautiful. Would you look at that? Wow. This is what I mean. They literally want to get married. They're ready to have this long-term connection. And we've got one more here. It says, I have so much admiration for you. That is so beautiful. Wow. And yes, amen, Amy. This DM, I'm telling you, if you're just tuning in, your DM is literally, for majority of the collective that resonates with this, they have learned. They want to come in correct. No more funny business. No more third parties. I got the third party card in reverse twice. So that is the biggest reason for a lot of you for the separation. People getting in the way of the relationship. And this is the biggest promise that your masculine is going to make to you when they come back. That there is no one else. They've ended those relationships and they've walked away. And I'm going to get a few more messages to close this out, because this is just like so beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much to everyone tuning in. I really hope this resonates for you. Got a lot on my mind lately. Well, you could say that again. You could definitely say that again. But this Divine Masculine is going to do this in a way that you cannot ignore. So either they're going to show up at your house. It's going to be, you could even, wow, for some of you, you could even have a friend or a family member is going to invite you somewhere. And then really it's actually going to be your masculine. Big surprise. For some of you, like, whole family is going to be there, and I'm not going to ruin the surprise, if you catch my drift. But not for everyone. Wow, this is beautiful. Okay, so final messages from DM. What's DM? DM's coming soon. And thank you so much to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you so much for all the likes, shares, comments, and donations. And I really hope this resonates for you. I feel like I lost you for good this time. It breaks my heart. Now, I feel like this is more your energy, Divine Feminine, if anything, over the masculine. But this is masculine too, because if you have your masculine on block and you're not feeling like you want to give into this connection, then ultimately just know they can feel that energy. There's no one like you. You've changed me for the better. That's absolutely so beautiful. We've got a few more messages here. Wow. I get jealous really easily, and I'm trying to change. So, okay, your DM definitely is admitting the fact that you make them super jealous, and This was more a past energy, though. It's like they've overcome a lot of that. But when it comes to you, Divine Feminine, they're possessive. Little bit. I feel like they were more in the past than they are now because they're learning it's a little bit unhealthy to be kind of codependent like that. But it's because they know that you're their person and they're so protective over you. How we had that King of Wands earlier, that card, it's got the lion in the back. So it really just shows that your person's like protective over you. You are the better half of my heart, my soulmate, my one true love, now and always, and I love you. So thank you so much to everyone that's tuning in. I see a few people have just tuned in now and wondered about a few things. Definitely check out this reading from the beginning. There are answers to the question you just asked there, hun. Definitely check it out. So yeah, this person really gets jealous, and ultimately that's what they had to change. That was the biggest thing they had to change during this separation. So for some of you, they could have dated a karmic that was like super non-committal. And that's how they learned. First of all, how loyal you were, Divine Feminine, and also how much that they needed to kind of take a step back and let you just be you. Because you could have had a masculine, like say you went out with your friends. You were very much so the type to let them go do whatever. But say you went out with your friends, your masculine kept calling you, figuring out where you were. Could have, for some of you, made you feel uncomfortable. This person, too, was insecure. Your masculine had never met. Dream Girl, wow, 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. Bro, as a reader, I'm sorry, but like, whoever just saw that right now, your masculine is coming. Literally. I've never been so sure about a reading that I've ever given you on the channel. That's all I have to say. And it's gonna be a shock. But if you have your masculine on block right now and stuff, and you're in your own world, I mean, you're not going to receive the communication. For some of you, I just heard you don't even answer the door anymore. So they might come to the door and you're all just like, whatever, turns up the music. And you won't even know. So just be aware. Be aware. I've been hiding my feelings for you. So if this is someone new or definitely even your past DM, they haven't let you know. It's either like you believe they moved on and so they portrayed that as they figured out the move to come back to you. And for others of you, this person hasn't fully let you know how much they love you. I'm going to make you my wife/husband. That's it. I'm literally saying for some of you, this person's like already planned it out with your family, some sort of surprise. For others of you, they are just coming in and doing it. Depending on how the relationship is with you and them and your family. Because for some of you, it was either your family or theirs that separated the two of you or didn't agree. So for those connections, I definitely can't confirm that all your masculines are going to go to your parents and ask for respectfully for your hand. But masculine knows what they want. You inspire me to be a better person every day. Thank you for that. Absolutely. And that was the energy I was picking up on earlier. You have shown this masculine how much they can be independent, successful, loyal, committed. All these things you've shown this masculine, they had these qualities that they really didn't feel like they ever had. I'm unsure how to approach our connection. So yeah, if you've got them blocked, and there's been a long time since the two of you have seen each other or been in each other's presence, they're just really unsure how you're going to take this reaction. You're perfect to me. I want to kiss every part of your body. Touch makes me tingle. There you go. That's masculine this weekend. That's masculine this weekend. I'm telling you, like, okay, if you know your masculine's very passionate too, like that was mainly like, because for a lot of twin flames, that's a huge part of your connection. That's how, like, you can really tell, right? So when masculine went out and dated karmics and stuff, say they wanted to, like, play the field, be with other people, to put it short, they realized that the connection they had with you, even, like, physically, intimately, and mentally, could not be replaced. So this is why they want to solidify this connection. Like I said, for some of you, they're not going to get approvals or anything. They're just going to surprise you and do it. For others of you, if your family doesn't hate them, basically is what I'm saying, and there is okay communication between them there, they could actually have asked already your family for approval. So wow, for some of you, someone in your family might already know this is a thing. Someone I just heard in your family could have even turned them down and said no, they don't want them to be with you. But regardless, that could have been what set your masculine back. But ultimately they know, like, no, they're coming in with this offer anyway. Because they've loved you literally since the first moment they saw you. And a lot of you felt the exact same way about your person. You had that instant knowing or feeling. And if not, it came very shortly after. Beautiful. I communicate to you through music. I wonder what that could mean. So either this person sends you songs. Definitely could send you a playlist and stuff. Or say you hear something on the radio. They're trying to communicate to you right now. Okay, so let's see what other messages we have. Thank you so much, everyone, tuning in. Such a beautiful reading. Really hope this is resonating for you. A couple more messages from... Okay, so these are like half out, but they didn't fully come out, so we're going to keep going and see. Okay, there we go. Those are coming out. So drop a comment right now in the chats. Ooh! Which song specifically you would love to... Sorry about that. You would love to hear playing while you and your DM have this reuniting. So sorry about my camera. My foot hit it. So yeah, leave a comment in the chats right now. All I can think of is that song, Reunited, and it feels so good. But I'm sure there's got to be a cuter one you're thinking of. Maybe some Coldplay. Does anyone remember the song Sparks? Something like this. Leave a comment if you totally think of a song that you would love to hear when this person comes back. Make it like a movie moment. So nothing in this world is as precious as your love to me. May our connection grow stronger as each day passes. And that's how your DM felt the entire time you were in separation. I can't even... Look at, that's it. This is literally the only thing that's been holding them back for all this time. For a lot of you. Like, a lot of you know your person is single. They're not dealing with karmics. They ended those cycles. And so that's why you could be stuck too, because they still haven't come forward. So you're like, okay, like, what's going on? They just want to know. And especially because they're a masculine. They don't want to get hurt. They feel like they just went through enough hurt, feeling you're hurt, they're hurt, then the hurt from the other relationships that kind of wasted their time in between. Your person just doesn't want to feel that anymore. Your divine masculine, they feel like they're tapped out when it comes to tears. And so for a lot of you, they just want to hear you say it. So when they come back, like I said, I really feel like Spirit wanted me to deliver this message because... as a feminine myself and someone who's been through the twin flame experience, and not to mention just that, but reading for y'all as a collective, and even just seeing in the chats, a lot of you saying, nope, you're not going to take this person back. And so maybe this is Spirit saying, here's a little message, a little heads up that they do want to come back in. And so maybe really in reality, it's like it's up to you. So this is really beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone, tuning in. We're going to get some final messages. At Last by Etta James. That is such a great song. Absolutely perfect reunion song for a twin flame union as well. Love it there, Ancient Soul. Thank you for throwing that in the comments there. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, wow. I feel like for some of you, it's going to be like... Okay, so I was guided to say first love. So for some of you, this is a first love. Could be a Pisces. All right, any final messages from this person? Wow, Knight of Pentacles, look at them. They've literally done something major in their life, and they're so excited, Divine Feminine, to walk back and be like, hey, I want to be with you. And they're just hoping you don't run away from the connection or the feelings that you have for them. Okay, so even all of you watching right now, you don't see it coming. This person's going to intentionally throw you off. They're going to do whatever they can to really throw you off in this connection. And they're coming. So, final messages, Ten of Swords, here's you. For some of you Divine Feminines, like literally in the twilight zone, just like, there's no love left. And for others of you, just like healing still. But they're back. For others of you, you have felt stuck from the moment the two of you have separated. You kept going through life same way your Divine Masculine did, but you really just felt like that was the other half of your heart. And I feel like that's why for some of you, you're so maybe upset or frustrated with your masculine for just leaving you out in the cold for so long. Okay, so I just am nosy. I want to know what these surprises could be for you. So let's get a few more. Let's get a few more messages. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. I really hope. And again, to anyone just tuning in, if you wanted to check back after this is posted at the beginning, I just sent light and blessings to each you and your Divine Masculines for such a beautiful reunion. Truly. And I truly hope that you're both able to open your hearts and just be honest with each other how you're feeling. That's ultimately the most important light and blessing I want to send to both of you. That there's nothing that holds each other back from being truthful with each other. About everything, you know, just laying it all out on the table. Saying, accept me. Oh, shoot. Literally, you, Divine Feminine. Accept me as I am. Or Divine Masculine could say this to you, right? Like, comes in, like, just take me open arms. Forgive me. And truly, that is the light and the blessing I want to send to each of you. That you have that ability to overlook certain trauma, certain hurts, and most importantly, fear that you have that holds you back from reuniting in this connection. Absolutely. Sorry if you can't click back because we're live, but it should be finished soon, and then you'll be able to check back on there. But wow. Had a few just fall there, so my apologies. Just want to pick them back up. Thank you so much to everyone tuning in. Couple more messages from your masculine. And what's this surprise? They could ask you to go horseback riding on the beach for some of you. That's so beautiful. Wow. You better drop it in the comments if someone gets a beautiful beach horseback ride. Wow. Proposal on the beach horseback ride. Calling it out there right now. For others of you, calling it out, beach proposal. Beach. But for some of you, your person knows you have a connection with animals, with horses, and others of you, you just love nature. You love trying new things. So this person, maybe this is something you always wanted to do together. For others of you, this could have been something that you did when you were younger with your dad. Maybe you told your masculine and the two of you have never done it. So maybe they always knew in the back of their head. That won't resonate for everyone, but for some of you, absolutely. Because I get the vibe it's something you did when you were younger. You could have rode horses or just been into animals in general, and your person really knows this. They could know it's like on the bucket list. Some of you just have a bucket list together, so they really want to surprise you on one of those things. Let's see what else we got here. Aw, do you forgive me for the past? See, this is it. This is all your person needs to know. Will you forgive them for the past? Will you allow them to make it right with you moving forward? Because they want to reconnect and they don't want to leave. They want to stay. They don't ever want you to be in your head again. They don't ever want to be in their head again. Because especially too, it's like if your divine masculine was someone running from emotions and commitments, that's why they felt your emotions and theirs. It's like Spirit was saying, okay, so you're running from your true love because it's difficult, because it's hard, because it's emotional, because it makes you vulnerable and uncomfortable. And for a lot of the masculines, yeah, that was the answer. So they ran to a connection that was less serious, less long-term, and less significant to them, so that they didn't have to feel that attachment and that pain. But ultimately, when they separated from you and tried to move on, that's why Spirit was like, okay, so you're going to feel your twin in separations feelings, your divine feminine, and you're going to feel your emotions. And same with you. If you ran, it was you that, like, you can both feel each other. But that was it, because the person tried to run away and ultimately learned the further they run from you, the more they feel you. I started talking to people outside of our relationship. I'm sorry for that, and I'm confused as to where to go next. And that's it. For a lot of you, that was the separation. Your person being involved with others outside the connection, ultimately pushing you or them away. Can I call you mine? So this person's ready to come back in and really connect with you. I'm broken without you in my life. Can I come home? That's so sweet. Oh, this one's sweet. I often write you out a message and then I delete it before pressing send. So your person's been doing this a lot lately. And even for some of you, just like calling and hanging up, they don't have the nerve to leave a message. And for some of you, they just don't want to leave a message. They want it to be a direct communication or more personal than just like a voicemail message or a text. So that's why too, for a lot of you, you haven't heard from them because of that. They want to make sure it's real and that when they come back, you'll take them seriously. Because a lot of you divine feminines just didn't at the end. You are my sunshine through the storm. That is so beautiful. So throughout the entire separation, throughout the entire struggle of the two of you being apart, they ultimately always felt like you were the sunshine that guided them through this difficult storm. So let's get a few more messages from DM. And yeah, I mean, okay, twice this has come out. So DM has gotten advice from the friends. Divine masculine, like I said, cut out the friends that didn't want to see the two of you together. For some of you, they could have jealous friends that either wanted you for themselves or just didn't want to see divine masculine with you for whatever reason. Maybe they just didn't want to see them in a happy, committed relationship, or they just had something against you. Whoever it was, ultimately, it's just like they have let those people go, set the boundaries, or talk to them in a sense that said, hey, this is my divine feminine. Either you stay in my life and accept it, or you bounce and I'm going to be with my divine feminine. And your masculine did that. And in the past, for a lot of you, this could have been a big fight. Your masculine could have always been like, oh, I'm going out with the friends. And you're like, okay, really again? Or if not, it was like they just didn't encourage your masculine to really like put your relationship first. The friends encouraged them to party, to date around, to be non-committal. To be honest, a lot of the friends, you don't know this, but the friends are the ones that encourage them to leave the situation, that you weren't either loyal or for them not to be loyal to you. That's what a lot of the friends did, and masculine had to learn that only when they were in separation from you. So if you're just tuning in, that was the biggest thing. It was like they had to let go of people or set boundaries with people they've been friends with for a very long time, realizing that they just wanted to block this connection with you. I got scared, so I ghosted you. I'm sorry, it hurt me too. So this is what I was saying earlier. For some of you, this person came in quickly, or you did, and it was too immature, or not time yet, rather. Not immature, but Spirit saying the timing was immature, right? It wasn't ready yet. And so one or both of you ghosted each other because that was Spirit. That was whoever's intuition pushing them to say, no. You're going to ghost this person. Yeah, it's going to suck, but the separation is not over yet. And they also, you know, urge to let your person know when it's time, they'll know. And they know it's time now. I keep calling you but hanging up. I miss you. See? And this is what I mean. If you don't answer, it's like your person, they don't want to leave a voicemail. They don't want to leave a text. Especially not a voicemail from an unknown number or something if you got them blocked. DM's like, okay, no, they need to come in more correct than that. So your divine masculine definitely just knows that at this point in time, they're either going to have to show up or do something even bigger to really show you and prove to you that they're serious about this love and this connection. So a few more messages we've got. I often picture what life would be like for the long term with you, and it makes me really happy. So that's really beautiful energy to be in. Next one we've got, I've been thinking about making some big changes, and those plans include you. So this is it. I'm telling you, especially to with the Three of Wands earlier, if there's a distance between you, either your divine masculine wants to move closer to you or they want you to move closer to them. They could have already talked to your family about this. For some of you, this could be with this whole commitment is surprise. Like, it's something big. It's like gonna be a now or never. You'll know that they want to commit to this for the long term. So I'm just trying to think of surprises other than a ring or like something creative they could give you. Like, what could they do? I mean, sky's the limit. Spirit's just telling me to tell you it's something that's going to let you know your person is real serious this time, where in the past they weren't. They came in with flighty offers, immature offers, told you what you wanted to hear. So especially if you know divine masculine ghosted you recently, they were telling you what you wanted to hear, or they weren't fully ready yet, and Spirit was like, nope, you still haven't healed. Come back here. And this is why they're coming in now. So any final messages from your person? If this resonates, please go ahead and hit that like button, and thank you so much for tuning in. I want a future with you. It says kids, pets, the nice house, the cottage, the dream life with you sounds perfect. Exactly. So that's it. Your person literally knows that they want to commit to you. And this could be the, oh my goodness. Spirit just said this could be the surprise for some of you. They've already bought a house. They could be like, move in with me, divine feminine. Wow. Please stop ignoring me. Unblock me. So for some of you, you got this person blocked and they're trying to make power moves for the two of you. So I feel like this is where I come in with this message, to really open up your heart and to realize that you're both fearful of coming back together. You're both terrified, it looks like. But if the connection is truly what you want, and it's truly definitely what they want now, they're sure of this after this time apart, after your DM took the time to even date other people. They're going to come back and tell you that. They're ashamed. But they had to do it to know. For some of you, they just needed to know that this was the real deal. And they got their answer. They got their judgment call. And the fact is that they feel stuck without the two of you together in love. And so that's the realization. Either they bought a house, or for some of you, like if there's a distance, they could have gotten a little apartment for the two of you. For others of you, they want a promise ring. They've talked to your family. There's something like shocking. But it's not just like they're going to come with a freaking $10 bouquet of flowers and say, forgive me. That's all I got to say. It's going to be a much bigger promise than that. Absolutely. And it comes down to the fact that they'll be able to communicate with you. And that's why I sent that light blessings for each of you, just to really be able to have that open and honest communication. Because at the end of the day, then you will really feel like you will be able to trust this person again. And divine feminine, you already know. You'll just know. Is this person being honest, or are they playing more games? But this is the reality. For so many of you, they have changed and you just haven't let them back in, or have decided not to let them back in. So to each their own. This decision is up to you ultimately. But ultimately, why I'm here to explain this message is really just getting a different perspective from your divine masculine's point of view. The fact of the matter is, through this separation, they got the answers that they needed. They really got the answers that they needed, and ultimately it was, they want you. Welcome, welcome everyone just joining in. If this is resonating, go ahead, hit that like button. We are just finishing up the reading, but know that ultimately your DM's coming back, and I will leave this up if you wanted to tune back in from the beginning. And for a lot of you, it's like this weekend or a surprise tomorrow. For some of you, maybe they're going to ask you to go out for dinner or for a coffee even, somewhere just to like meet up and chat. But it's going to be like there's more behind it. It's either there's a surprise, there's like your whole family there, like there's something. And for others of you, if there's a distance between you, they're either planning on coming to visit you or they're just going to surprise visit you all together and just be like, hey, I'm in your city. Let me treat you for dinner. But like your divine masculine's going to go all out. Like I feel like for some of you, they're going to like either get a limo or like they're going to do something extravagant just to really make you feel like the special person that you are to them. And you truly deserve this energy. Absolutely. Open up to me more. I love it when we connect on a deeper level. So right now, they just want you to open up your heart to them, to be vulnerable with them. Especially as a masculine, what do they love from feminine energy? They want you to be vulnerable with them, to show them your soft, sensitive side. And for some of you, you have been too caught up in the fears of the what ifs. What if this person hurts me again? That for a long time, you haven't been giving this person that soft side of you that you used to. And for a lot of you, just like pulled back altogether. No communication. I want to be much more than friends. So for some of you, this is someone you've totally, your DM, you've totally friend zoned them. Maybe the two of you have a little bit of communication for a few of you. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's no communication. Look at that. We have an unspoken communication between us. It's like we are able to communicate through our energy. Absolutely. We were saying this earlier. I feel that you are so strong at times. It's driving me wild, but in the best possible way. So this is what I mean. Your DM has felt your energy lingering in their life, in their mind, and most importantly, in their heart. The entire time since the two of you have been in this separation. So you may have thought they were off having fun with their friends. They were dating this and that person. But ultimately, in the back of their mind, they were trying to hide the fact the entire time that they were still in love with you. And they kept just trying to move forward. All right, so let's get a few more messages. And this is a collective reading. So remember, this is up to you. This decision is fully yours. This is up to you, but this is just really, if anything, a forewarning that this is where your DM is at. The realization set in weeks, if not months ago, but they needed to get their life in order before coming forward to really make you this solid offer, this either proposal, this long-term commitment. For others of you, they just had work going on. And for others of you, they were actually closing out karmic relationships, talking to those friends and family that disagreed with the connection, and truly choosing to say, okay, this is my person. It's like when they come into you, Divine Feminine, everyone on their team already knows they're coming in. Everyone on their team, whoever their friends, their family, people close to them, anyone who disagreed, they set the boundaries up already. Your person realized from the first time, if you actually were together and things got separated that way, they learned they're not going through that again. So they wanted to clear all that up before they make this return to you. Clear that karma and really just make people aware that you are their divine feminine. That the connection they have with you trumps any other connection now. It's like, unless they have kids, they might care a lot about their kids, of course, which you should expect that, right? That's a good parent. But otherwise than that, it's like this divine masculine, if say they don't have kids, they put you first. There's no one else. You're their number one. So any final messages from your DM for this beautiful reading as they decide to come back on in to you to give you the love that you've always deserved? There are things I'm not ready to open up about yet. So there you go. That's what they're working on, because Divine Masculine knows when they come back, you're going to have questions. You're going to want all the answers to the things they tried to leave out, to the things they tried to gaslight you about, to the things they tried to run away from the connection about. They know those are the biggest things you'll have the questions about. One more here. It says, you deserve better than I am able to give you at this moment. I'm really trying to get my life in order to give you the love I know you deserve. Now, this is where your masculine's been at the entire time. And this is the final steps, the final countdown. Getting their life together, making the boundaries with those who didn't agree, and ultimately choosing to move forward in love. So this surprise is coming in really quickly for some of you, like literally this weekend. But of course, this is a collective reading, so only take what resonates for you. And for others of you, just trust in the universe and trust that the further you feel like DM is away, for some of you, they are so close. It's like, what does it say on the mirror? The objects in mirror are closer than they appear. There you go. And look at, aren't twin flames, that's your mirror. So even though your person seems like they're way over there, so disconnected from you, you're actually both mirroring each other, like ready to step into each other and just reunite. So we're going to leave that there. Just know, for a lot of you, definitely leave a comment if your person reunites with you. This is really, really beautiful energy. I'm so happy I could read it for you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending light and blessings your way, and ultimately really just sending light and blessings to each of you and your divine masculines, wishing you the best blessed reunion ever. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and have an amazing weekend if you happen to miss the readings this weekend.